Oh my gosh. So Michael surprised me and got me a new vlogging camera. And I'm so excited because I went to go film this video on this bad boy right here. And it's gonna get used to not looking at myself. But first half went good, second half I had to start over and then it was blurry. So I'm actually waiting for my clients. I am doing an elopement today and I'm super excited. But since I'm waiting, I thought I would just go ahead and refilm this video. If you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my phone so that I can I guess stay on track and remember what I'm trying to say. But welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelby and some of you may know, I guess you've been watching me for a while or whatever. My husband Michael is in the Army. He's been in for what, almost 6 years now, I believe, and we have 2 girls. But last year we went through our first deployment as a couple, as a family, as everything. He was supposed to deploy, I think, like 3 times when we were back at Campbell. The first time, I don't think, something happened, they didn't end up going. The second time, it got canceled or whatever, and the third time, and the time that he was actually like for sure supposed to go, they let him stay back because I was pregnant with Aubrey. And thank God they did, because I ended up getting induced with her, I think like 2 weeks after they left. So it was about 2 weeks after we got to Fort Carson, Michael ended up deploying, and I wouldn't like wish that from like my worst enemy. That feeling is horrible. I even remember before when we were back at Campbell and when he told me he was deploying, and I think he even started packing for deployment. I don't like to show my emotions. I guess you can say that's something that I've kind of always been bad at. But I would just take a shower and cry. I didn't want him to see me like that because I know how hard it is, especially for him, to go through that as well. But yeah, I did the same thing when we were at Carson. I would just take a shower and cry, take a bath and like silently cry, but I think he could hear me. I know he's probably gonna watch and be like, yeah, I know. But I'm trying not to get emotional. My last one I got emotional, so I'm like, don't do it. But it's getting toasty in this car. It's only 29 degrees outside right here. Right here, it's been like 32 when I was driving here. But anyways, back to the story. Okay, so we were able to go to Michael's work and hang out with him for a little bit before he had to leave. And Aubrey started getting really crabby because it was around her nap time. She was only a year and a half at the time, and I was 5 months pregnant with Emma. And so we had to leave, and that feeling right there, it was terrible. I remember because Aubrey was in the backseat, Michael said bye to her, like she was hugging him. And of course, you know what 1.5-year-old knows what's going on at that time. And I did not want to let him go. I just cried the whole entire way back to our house. Just that feeling of like, holy crap, like this is real. Because the Army will tell you one thing, or plans change like 5,000 times. He was supposed to deploy sooner when we got there, and then it got pushed back, and then it got pushed forward and back, and it was just like, you never know what's going to happen until it physically happens. But Michael, I remember the first time he called me, I think it was once he got over there, I missed his call. It was like in the middle of the night in Colorado time because he was he was deployed in Afghanistan. And I cried when I woke up and saw that he called me. I was like, I can't believe I missed our first phone call. Like, I'm so upset. And the first couple days, the first week sucks. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to, you know, cry, show your emotions, you're frustrated, you're feeling so many different things because you're so used to being with that person like every single day, and now it's gonna be 9 months, and that feeling for me, luckily we did like long distance and stuff, but it was nothing like this. He was in a different time zone. I wasn't worried about whether or not something bad was gonna happen and all that crazy stuff. One thing I feel like that helped me personally was staying put. I know a lot of people, when their spouses get deployed or like go training for like a month to like JRTC or NTC and stuff like that, they go home. And as much as I love my family, and I even told my mom this when she was wondering why I wasn't coming home, and it did make sense to me. We just got there 2 weeks prior, and I didn't want to uproot and drive again, basically, because one, I got really bad motion sickness with Emma. Like, it was terrible. And I just told my mom, I was like, I love you guys to death, but I love my space. I love being able to do stuff on my term, being able to relax and do this and do that, and not have to, I guess, I don't even know what I'm like trying to say. But I feel like when you go home, and let me know if this is something you guys feel too, everybody wants to see you and wants to like go do something, but they never want to come to you. I feel like I put my foot down on it. I was like, listen, I'm traveling with 2 kids now and flying from Alaska to Michigan, and it's, I think it takes a long time. It's like a whole day of traveling, especially with 2 young ones. Why should I drive an hour or something to come see you when you don't even check on me once in a while? Say, oh, hey, how are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Just small talk. I even did that with my family too. I was like, listen, like, if you want to come see me, here's where I'll be, and come see me, because I'm not doing this driving around and wasting, my time when I can just be having fun where I am at my mom's house and my dad's house, going up north, taking the girls to go do a bunch of stuff, because that's what I like to do. And anyways, I feel like I'm just ranting. That could be a whole nother story too. But yeah, I made a lot of great friends in Colorado, and they kept me sane. I had like Laura and Holly, and then I'm so sad I met Autumn at the end of, my journey there, because she is such an amazing person. And I feel like even when we hung out, I feel like I knew her. Like, I feel like I've met her, like, I don't know, in another life, or if like, I just felt like that close connection with her. But having friends, going out and doing something, whether it be going to lunch, going shopping, explore the duty station that you're at, because that's what I didn't do too much of in Colorado, just because I was super pregnant and I was scared. I didn't really know anyone at first, but after I branched out and met my amazing people, and Sarah and Brittany and like everyone, like, they were my saving grace. Like, they helped me through so much, whether it be just hanging out, letting me vent to them, letting me come over, and just doing nothing. So I'm extremely thankful and grateful, if you girls are watching, for you guys. So yeah, just find your group of friends, find something that you're passionate about, do projects, I know a lot of people do like DIYs and stuff, which I wish I had like that creative gene, but you guys, I don't at all. I can do hair and I can do photography, and that's like, I guess, really it. Sorry guys, my sister called and she got a new dog and it's so cute. But anyways, care packages, send care packages. I actually have a funny story when it comes to that. I think Aubrey and I did 4 boxes for Michael. Took him to the post office, didn't know what I was doing. I asked the lady if everything looked okay, if it looked right. She was like, yeah, it's fine. Thanks to her, Michael never got those care packages. They just sat at the post office, and I got a call saying like, hey, you have packages here. It's like, what? I didn't order anything. Did Michael surprise me with something? And it just turned out to be his care packages. So he got to open those when he came home for Emma's birth. And that's another thing I feel like affected me personally a lot. Like when Michael left to go overseas the first time, it was really hard on me. But when he came home for Emma's birth and then left 10 days after she was born to go finish out his tour, that hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I feel like that hit me so much more. Like, okay, I have a 2-year-old and a 10-week-old newborn baby. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this by myself. And thank everything that his niece was there to help me. And she stayed, I think she got there, what was it, a month before my due date? I think she was there for like 2 months, 2.5 months, but she helped so much, especially when it came time to me going into labor. I went to labor at like 9 p.m. so Aubrey was already sleeping. Michael got her to sleep before he came to the hospital, and it just lifted a weight off my shoulder. So thank you, Anna, for coming and hanging out with me, because I know how cool I am. I'm the cool aunt. But no, it was so nice to have her there. The other thing is, send pictures and videos. I did that with Michael, like with the girls. It could be something like silly, like they're dancing or just doing something crazy. I would send Michael videos because I know it probably made him miss them more. But I know he probably looked at those, you know, when he missed us and put a smile on his face. And the funny thing that Aubrey did when he left the first time, she had a little small Poppy doll. Maybe I'll put a picture in so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And she put it in his bag. And he didn't realize it was there until he got to Afghanistan and started unpacking everything. So I thought that was super funny. So Princess Poppy went on some adventures in Afghanistan with the Lost Boys, as Michael called his group. It was so funny. But I really like seeing that Princess Poppy was with Daddy, and that Daddy was watching her and everything. So once he got home, she was super excited to get that back. I know this, a lot of people are kind of iffy about this as well, is a homecoming photographer. I personally, you know, I am a photographer. I've done over 150, I think, between Fort Campbell and Fort Carson. And if you think, you know, oh, I don't know if I want to spend that extra money, I don't know, it seems silly, I can just have a friend come and take the pictures or whatever. You can do that, but I highly, highly, highly recommend getting a photographer. I am so thankful and grateful for my friend Erin for capturing my homecoming. Those pictures are going to be something I will always treasure. It was such, you know, an emotional time in my life, being away from my husband, my best friend, for 9 months, and I'm not gonna get emotional, and physically seeing him and hugging him for the first time in that long. It's like the whole 9 months he was gone, I couldn't breathe. Like, I felt like I had a shortness of breath. And once I finally saw him, and let me tell you this, trying to find your spouse in a sea of people who look the exact same is so hard. I think it took us a good maybe like 5 minutes to find each other, but it was that feeling. I like, once I hugged him, I just like I could breathe again. Like, I don't know, it's like the best feeling ever. I couldn't do what he does. I just couldn't. I don't know how he does it. Like, I feel like soldiers, airmen, whatever, Marines, they're supposed to be tough. Like, oh, I'm like this tough guy and whatever. But, you know, they have feelings. And I know sometimes they don't express it as, you know, well as other people do. But I know that moment for him probably meant a lot to him too, because he loves his girls, he loves his family, and I'm so thankful that I found him, honestly. But before I get all sappy and everything, another thing is, because I know this can go for like training as well, NTC, JRTC, whatever, no news is good news. So say something happens, and I know this happened to us. We were on FaceTime. I think FaceTime were on the phone, and Michael, I heard the sirens go off, and then like the phone he just dropped the phone. So it freaked me out. I hung up immediately. I was like, I don't know, should I call him back? I think I called his sister like crying. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, what do I do? Do I call him back? Do I just wait? But no news is good news. I know it's hard to stay calm in a situation like that, but if something happens, your FRG will be notified. If you need to reach out to someone to see what's going on, talk to your FRG. I feel like that's super important. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to go to the FRG. I don't need this information. Like, why? It helps a lot. I know sometimes it's inconvenient and, you know, after dinner, and it could throw off everyone's schedule, but that information is super helpful, super important. Make sure you at least have their email addresses, and make sure they have your phone number as well, so then they can reach you if they need to. And I think that might be it. If you have gone through a deployment and feel like I missed something, please leave a comment down below, because I will be super excited to read those as well. And I want to say this: if they're going through a deployment, their first deployment, their fourth deployment, their 10th, their JRTC, NTC, just trainings, being away, basic, whatever, if you need someone to talk to, please message me on Instagram. I would love to be that shoulder for you, to like lay on, to rest on, to vent to cry to, whatever it is. I want to be there for you. So I know how hard it is and how stressful it can be, and you feel like, you know, no one understands you. Family doesn't understand you at all. You know, I know some of your friends will, but I feel like, you know, sometimes you just need someone else who will just listen, instead of saying, oh, you know what, it's okay, this is what you signed up for. Like, no, like it's not. I know, just that saying just makes me so upset. But please let me be your friend. Let me help you through something if you're struggling, because I know how much it meant to me when I had friends like that, to let me cry on their shoulder, to call them in the middle of the night, to text them, to go out to eat, to do whatever. Even if, you know, I'm a million miles away from where you are, from where you're stationed, please let me be that person for you. I would love to help you out, even if it's sending, you know, stupid memes to make you laugh, to FaceTime you, to, you know, get you a Starbucks drink on me. Let me be that person, because I want to help you out. I want to make sure you feel like you're not alone, because you're not. But I think my client's almost here, so I'm gonna end this video. And remember just to be nice to everybody. And you don't know what someone else is going through, but make sure you know, comment down below if you're going through something and need, you know, a prayer train, need someone to talk to. Like I said, I'll link my Instagram down below, so then you guys can shoot me a message, follow me, talk to me, let's interact, let's do something fun. But anyways, make sure you subscribe and like this video, and I will see you guys next time.